I'm very honored also to be able to introduce our next member of Congress, Congresswoman Judy Chu. She's the newest of the Asian American delegation. She was elected to the House of Representatives from the 32nd District, which is part of Los Angeles, just in July 2009. She's the first Chinese American woman elected to Congress, and she worked a lot as a state legislator and a local legislator with our affiliates, the Asian Pacific American Legal Center and the Asian Law Caucus. She's been a staunch fighter for our community. And I'm particularly excited because she serves on the House Judiciary Committee. She's the only Asian American on that committee. And she's on the Subcommittee on Immigration, Citizens, and Refugees. So we'll have a fighter in there when the bill gets going who totally understands and cares about our community. So, Congresswoman.
Well, thank you so much, Karen, and it's so wonderful to be here with all of you. And it's great that you're talking about this extremely important topic. Well, what a weekend it was, and in particular, what a Sunday it was. Two historic things happening on the very same day. First, we passed the most comprehensive healthcare legislation since we began talking about it 6 decades ago, and it truly will improve life for every American here in this country. But only a few hours early, I was able to participate at the mall. In fact, I was actually able to speak up there at the rally for immigration reform, and I tell you, there was nothing like being on that stage and seeing thousands upon thousands of people as far as the eye could see, all there raising their voices for immigration reform. It was something that I will never forget. But you know what? That night, I was listening to Jay Leno, and Jay Leno portrayed it as, of course he had to make a joke about it, but nonetheless he portrayed it as thousands of illegal immigrants wanting to get legalization. And that really stunned me. That was his summary of the whole thing. In reality, I know what it was because I met all the people that were there. They were a broad coalition. They were people who were sons and daughters of undocumented people. Some were undocumented, many were legal. It was a broad coalition of Latinos, Asians, whites, and African Americans. It truly did have a range of people from all walks of life, and it shows what our challenge is in this country, that we have to show all the people of this country that immigration reform is something that will benefit all of Americans, that we all have a stake in it. So that's our first challenge, to make as broad a coalition as we possibly can in the months to come as we go towards immigration reform. The second thing for Asian Pacific Islanders is to be a strong part of this coalition. We have every reason to be involved. We have had some of the worst immigration laws directed towards us, the Chinese Exclusion Act of the 1880s, in which we were actually prevented from even becoming naturalized citizens. And today, even though we are 5% of this nation, we are 10% of the undocumented persons here, twice our numbers as in the population. That's 1.2 million APIs that are living in the shadows, facing fear every day as they go to work or take a trip to the grocery store. And we have far too many Asian families that are being torn apart by our outdated immigration system, which has not been updated in 23 years, where lone spouses are forced to support the entire family, in some cases having to sell their homes in order to make ends meet. Now, Asian American immigrants want to contribute to society, they want to pay taxes, they want to send their children to school, and they need a fair and efficient immigration system. Now, I am the newest API member of Congress, but as you heard, I did join the Judiciary Committee specifically so I could be on the Immigration Subcommittee. I want to be a large part of the leadership that changes the immigration laws in this society. And in fact, just this week, our immigration subcommittee held a hearing, and it was with the head of the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, Director Ali Mayorkas. And the issue was having to do with the fees that are being charged to people who are trying to become naturalized citizens. Did you know that in 1991, the fees were $90, and now in 2007, it's $675. That's an increase of 750%, and they are trying to increase it even more. So I said to Director Mayorkas, that is not right. It is akin to a poll tax, wherein we encourage people to participate in American society, but we are raising financial barriers so that it makes it very, very difficult to do so, except for the wealthiest of citizens. This is not fair. So there are many, many issues that we have to making sure that we have an equitable immigration system. And we certainly have to put as much pressure as we can on the administration to make sure that President Obama fulfills his promise to have immigration reform. We aren't out of the woods yet in terms of healthcare reform, but we can see the light finally. And now that we can see the light, we need to make sure that we turn towards the next issue that is crying out for reform, and that is indeed immigration reform. So you are doing the right thing by being here today. Let's make sure we have the strongest coalition possible to get immigration reform done now.
Thank you, Congresswoman. So I just want to let people know who are watching online. So the Asian Pacific Americans for Progress website is www.apaforprogress.org. I am with the Asian American Justice Center, and our website is advancingequality.org. So if you want to have more information on the things that we're going to be talking about today, please look us up.